Oh, well, there you are. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to KHOU 11's Facebook page. So this is story time. If you've been with us for the past several days, we've had a guest host, if you will, reading a book, and this is our effort, and really it's a joint effort between you and we here at KHOU 11 to fight illiteracy. It's a project called Turn the Page. We want you to turn the page with us. Tonight we're going to read a story. I've got a great story about a family getting ready for a hurricane. But you are invited to help as well. Think of this as an invitation. If you go to our webpage, khou.com/turnthepage, this is where you can get information on how you can help by donating books, reading books, making sure that books get into the hands of families and children who need them. The screens are not enough. A book in your hand, like this one, a book in your hand, is so important to a young mind to grow and expand and imagine, and having a book that kids can have in their room, put on a shelf, that when they feel like it, when they're bored, when they're angry, when they're not feeling well, can go and grab a book and sit and read, can change a life path for the better. I'm sitting in this chair right now because of reading books. So let's read this one together tonight, shall we? This is a great one. So this is called, here's a close-up of it. This is Oscar and Emmy Weather a Hurricane. So Oscar and Emmy are the two cats in the house. So this is a family that has pets. Do you have pets? They need to be part of your hurricane plan. So let's see how this family gets ready for hurricane season and a storm with Oscar and Emmy. I love this first page. Hooray, no school, is what the children yell. Abby and Charlie exclaim. The twins scoop up their cats, Oscar and Emmy, and jump around in celebration. Your dad and I don't have to go to work either, Mom says. Everyone is going to be busy preparing for the storm. And if you see out the window, you can see the wind is starting to blow. That night, Mom and Dad take out 2 emergency kit boxes. The twins read the list of items out loud, while Mom and Dad replace the expired food. So they've had these ready for a while. Abby says, I love that Oscar and Emmy have their own emergency kit. Oscar and Emmy are the 2 cats. Animals have to be prepared too. As Emmy sniffs one of the boxes, Oscar jumps in the other. The cats are playing in the boxes. And here are some of the things in their disaster kit. They've got a litter box for the cats. They've got photos of their pets, so if the pets get lost, they have a picture. Have you seen this cat? Medications that the cats may have. They've got a carrying case, all the things that it takes to take care of their 2 cats. That looks an awful lot like Hurricane Ike. The next day, Oscar and Emmy watch the storm updates with the rest of the family. Charlie says, at school we learned that a Category 4 hurricane is very dangerous. Dad points at the screen. Look at how far those bands extend. This hurricane is going to affect the state's coastal area. I feel bad for all the people living there, says Abby. After the power blinks a few times, Charlie says, I'm surprised we still have electricity at all. And Mom replies, even if we lose power, we are well prepared. Our phones are charged, the flashlights have new batteries, and we have extra gas for the grill. Now, this is actually important. This is a good point here. So they're not going to light candles to light their house. They're going to use flashlights and electric lights. That's the way to do it. Quite often a storm will go through and knock the power out and nobody will get hurt. But homes where folks are lighting their house at night with candles can catch fire. So please, I urge you to use flashlight batteries to light your house if the power goes out. Suddenly the tornado alerts on television and phones start going off simultaneously. We've heard that. Oscar and Emmy run away from the loud noises. Charlie exclaims, we need to hide in a bathroom. "You're right," says Abby. They immediately follow the steps they learned at school in case of emergency. Mom, Abby, and Charlie quickly go to the downstairs bathroom in the middle of the house. Dad picks up Oscar and Emmy along the way. And you can see there's Dad bringing the two cats. Here's the family going into the bathroom. Now, the reason they're going into a bathroom because of this tornado warning that's happening is because it's an interior room of the home away from windows. And it may quite often is the safest place to be in a house. And as you can see, they've made a bed in the tub. They've made a bed for the other child here on the floor. The cats are sleeping. As soon as the severe weather alert ends, the family comes out of the bathroom. But the weather alerts continue through the evening. "Looks like we'll have to sleep in the bathroom to make sure we're safe," says Mom. She prepares the bathroom to make it more comfortable for the long night ahead. "Kids, get your favorite blankets," and the kids look quite comfortable, and so do the cats, and safe. In the morning, the family emerges from the bathroom. "The winds have slowed down," Dad says. Oscar and Emmy are happy to be free from the cramped space. They explore the house, and after seeing everything is in place, they take their morning nap. There are the cats looking outside as the storm winds down, taking their naps. Charlie tells Abby, "Emmy looks so cute when she sleeps with her tongue out." Abby replies, "Look how twisted Oscar's body is when he sleeps." But there's more. The next day, city officials announce a mandatory evacuation for certain areas. "We have to evacuate," Dad says. "There could be flooding here." Mom replies, "Let's gather up some supplies to take with us. Then we have to move what we can upstairs, just in case our house floods." Oscar and Emmy look bewildered by the parade of activity up and down the stairs. And there's Mom and Dad taking one of the chairs upstairs. I've done that more than once. When the car is packed, Abby calls Oscar, "Emmy, time to go." Oscar and Emmy show up carrying their favorite treat bag and toy. After Abby puts the cats in their crate, everyone gets in the car. They head off to Grandma Mary's house where they'll be safe. So here they are packing up the car. There are the cats packing up the car and about to head off to Grandma's house. I guess Grandma's house has higher elevation. Work and school are canceled for an entire week. The family plays games, watches television, and goes online to pass the time. Mom finds a new internet group, Hurricane Harvey Book Club. I think this is about Hurricane Harvey, where people post videos of themselves reading their favorite books. Abby suggests, "Why don't we make our own video with Oscar and Emmy?" So they're just passing the time, hoping that their house doesn't flood while they're at Grandma's. Oh, here we go. We saw this during Harvey. You see the fella in the boat here rescuing cats? On the news, they see reports of people going through flooded streets, searching for stranded pets. Oscar perks his ears at the sound of a meowing on the television, and Emmy pats the screen with her paw. After 5 days of rain, tornado alerts, and flash flooding, that sounds like Harvey, the sun is finally shining, and Oscar and Emmy bask in its rays. Mom calls one of the neighbors who informs her that their street isn't flooded. What a relief that must be. The twins cheer, "Yay!" Dad replies, "We'll have to wait until the roads are clear to return home." But let me tell you, inside Dad is also going, "Yay!" Hopefully he didn't have to use that flood insurance. Oh, now we're baking cookies. Now this is interesting. We did this at our house during Harvey. We didn't flood, but we had people living with us during Harvey, and my mom and my boys, my wife, the mother of my children, and my boys made cookies and helped out. The next day, Mom takes the twins to help a family from church whose home has flooded. Meanwhile, Grandma Mary suggests to Dad, "Let's bake some cookies for local shelters and first responders." Oscar inspects the floor for any crumbs that drop while Emmy watches curiously in the chair. She's watching them bake the cookies for the first responders. That's sweet. Yes, we're smiling now. The next day, it's finally safe to return home. The twins hug and thank Grandma Mary. Oscar and Emmy are not excited to get back in their crate. but they're so happy to be going home. The family arrives at their house, and they're relieved to see that everything is fine. The cats proceed to sniff their surrounding. Dad says, "Wow, our house has been spared from the flooding." Charlie adds, "Yeah, Dad, but many people weren't so lucky." Mom says, "Let's do more to help others who aren't as lucky as us." Abby adds, "And maybe something for all the animals too. We could teach others about disaster kits for their pets," Mom says. Well, as horrible as this past week has been, we certainly learned some important lessons. They absolutely did. And one of the biggest lessons that this family learned is that because they were prepared, because they already had a kit. Here's their kit. They had a kit with food and supplies for the family members, and they had a kit with some extra supplies, photos of the pets, collar, food, toys for the pets. They were ready to go, so they didn't have to panic. They didn't have to run out and buy a whole lot of stuff. They were able to stay home and stay safe as the storm was approaching. And just having a basic kit for you and your family and your pets, if you have them, is incredibly important because it allows you, when the storm is coming, to not have to panic. You can stay home and stay safe and not get out with a crowd that can be very stressful trying to get supplies for folks that don't have them. Okay, so this was fun. We got to do this more often, just because. Turn the Page, again, is why we're here. It's a program that we are championing because we want to make sure that kids in Houston have books to read. It's so important to the development of a young brain to be read to by a parent and then to eventually take over and begin to read on their own. So if you'd like to help and donate books and make sure that kids have books at their fingertips in their room, go to khou.com/turnthepage, and there's all the information there so that you can donate and be part of Turning the Page and being a champion with us to help everyone stay literate. Good night, everybody.